Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Friday, August 4th. Like on most Fridays, got a nice slate, 13-game slate today. Pitching is rather loaded. You do have a lot of studs up top. Actually got 5 guys over 10K. Got a lot of good mid-range options as well today. So I definitely think there are multiple ways you can go if you do want to pay up. I don't mind that at all. But the mid-range, I really like the mid-range today. And I love some of these expensive bats. So I think that's the way I'm going to be going today. I'm not going to be paying up, going to the mid-range for my 2 pitchers. And they're really paying up for some bats. Like I said, they're really good expensive bats you want to pay up for today. So I think I'm going to be going to the mid-range for my pitchers and then paying up for the hitters today. That's the approach that I'm going to be looking to take on this slate. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so just looking at pitcher today, like I said, you do have a lot of studs. Got 5 players actually over 10K. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to be on any of these guys. Jacob deGrom against the Dodgers. I don't want to attack the Dodgers at all. I think deGrom's a pretty bad play today. You could definitely take him in tournaments because deGrom does have good upside, but as an optimal play, I don't think deGrom's really necessary today. James Paxton against Kansas City. I really don't want to pick on Kansas City either. They just don't strike out, and they've been hitting the ball well as of late. And Paxton, I think he's a little bit too expensive today, so I don't like him. Bumgarner has been rough in his first games off the DL, but he did look sharp in his last game against the Dodgers, so maybe he's starting to get it going. I definitely could see him pitching well today, so I think he is definitely in play against Arizona. Arizona has been known to struggle on the road, so I do like Bumgarner. Price tag's somewhat reasonable at $11,300. I could pay that for him. The one guy that I was considering was Yu Darvish against the Mets, but the Mets, they're really good against righties. They have really good lefty bats that could get to Darvish. With him going to the Dodgers, with Dave Roberts as his manager now, I don't really know how many innings Darvish is going to pitch. Dave Roberts, he is known to pull his pitchers quite early. All of his pitchers besides Kershaw, you don't really see them pitch deep into games. They do get pulled pretty quickly. So I'm kind of worried about Darvish here. I do like the price tag, and I definitely think he has upside, so I would consider him. Him and Bumgarner would probably be the 2 guys I would target if I did pay up. Peacock against Toronto, I don't really want to pay 10-3 for Peacock when Darvish and Bumgarner are right there next to him in price. So if you are going to pay up today, I would probably go Bumgarner or Darvish. Those are the 2 guys I would target. But the mid-range is where I'm going to be looking today. I love the mid-range. A lot of good options here. A lot of guys are a little bit underpriced in my opinion. So the first guy that stands out to me is at the mid-range is Jake Faria. It's just 8,500 getting a matchup against the Brewers. I really like Faria today. If you're looking towards the mid-range, he's in a great spot here, pitching at home against the Brewers. This is a great strikeout matchup for Faria. The Brewers, they actually lead the league in K rate versus righties. They're striking out 25.4% of the time, and offensively, they are a pretty decent team against righties. They do hit a 250 average and a 324 WOBA, which is about middle of the pack. But this team does really struggle on the road. They only have a 93 WRC plus, so they do really struggle away from Miller Park. They're getting a really bad park downgrade. Going to Tampa Bay, that ballpark is really bad for hitters. Really does favor pitchers. So I love Jake Faria today. I definitely think he is safe for cash games. The Brewers, they do have a really low total, so I like Faria today. He definitely has upside for GPPs as well. He could get close to 10Ks here. The Brewers do strike out a ton, so Jake Faria, really like him if you're looking for a mid-range SP1. You can definitely consider him at just 8,500. And then for my next play, a little bit towards the value tier maybe, I really like Eduardo Rodriguez today at just 6,900, getting a matchup against the White Sox. Now the White Sox, they are known to be good against lefties, but if you look at their splits in the last 14 days, this team has really struggled. They're not the same team they were to begin the year. They traded away a lot of players. I believe they also have some guys that are injured right now. So this team's just not healthy. This isn't the same team that started off the year. And if you look in the last 14 days, they're striking out a ton versus left-handed pitching, and they're not hitting the ball well versus lefties at all. They're only hitting a 240 average versus lefties and a 284 WOBA, which is bottom in the league in the last 14 days. And then the strikeout rate, they're striking out 8th most in the last 14 days, striking out 24.8% of the time. So this is a great spot for Rodriguez. The White Sox right now, their total is under 4 runs. They're only implied to score 3.9 runs. So I love Eduardo Rodriguez today. He's a heavy favorite at -210. So he should definitely be able to get a win today. The Red Sox should give him some run support. So I really like Eduardo Rodriguez today as my SP2. I think he's easily going to be able to return value on that cheap 6,900 price tag. So really like Eduardo Rodriguez today. If you're looking for a mid-range value pitcher, definitely consider him with his cheap price of just 6,900. And yeah, so these are two pitchers I like tonight. When you plug in Faria and Rodriguez, that still leaves you over 4,300 remaining per player. So we pretty much can pay up for whoever we want, have some really good salary to pay up for some expensive bats. There is a Coors Field game on this slate, so definitely going to want to get some exposure to that game. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So my first hitter is going to be at third base, a Coors Field guy here. Not necessarily an expensive guy. He's actually I would consider him value. And that's Franco. Just 3,800, playing in Coors Field, getting a matchup against Kyle Freeland. I just think Franco is too cheap today. 3,800 playing in Coors. He's going to be getting the righty-lefty matchup. He's a right-handed hitter going up against a lefty pitcher, so that's going to favor him. Franco does hit lefties well. Kyle Freeland, the dude just really struggles at home. He will give up home runs in this ballpark. So Franco looks like a great play today, especially with his cheap price at just 3,800. If you look in his last game against the Angels, his price tag was 3,500. So DraftKings didn't even hardly raise his price. So he looks like a great value play today. He should be batting towards the middle of the order. I think he's projected to bat 5th. So that's a great value, a guy batting 5th in Coors Field. And Franco does have power. He's already had 16 home runs this year. And going to Coors Field is definitely going to help him out. I could definitely see Franco hitting a home run here. So I really like him. If you're looking for a third base value play, just consider him at just 3,800. And then for my final two plays, we're going to be going to the outfield. Two guys I want to pay up for here. The first guy that I absolutely love, my favorite play on the slate, not really going out on a limb, but that's Charlie Blackmon, playing at home in Coors for just 5,200. Anytime you get Charlie Blackmon against a pretty bad righty in Coors, he is a great play, and especially at 5,200, we usually see him close to 6K. So I think he's actually he's got a little bit of a discount here, and it is a really good matchup going up against Vince Velasquez. Velasquez, he will give up home runs to lefties, and he has struggled against the lefties this year. So far, to left-handed hitters, he's allowed a 367 WOBA. And like I said, he will give up home runs to lefties, a 1.41 home run per 9 to left-handed hitters. On the hard contact, it's also been there to lefties, 50% medium contact and 33.3% hard contact to left-handed hitters. So this is a great spot for Charlie Blackmon. Anytime you get him at home versus a pretty bad righty, he has to be one of the top plays on the slate. He'll probably be pretty chalky today, but for good reason. The dude's just a beast in Coors. He hits home runs. He'll steal bases. Charlie Blackmon can pretty much do it all. So absolutely love him today. And since we went with those two mid-range pitchers, we do have the salary to fit him in. So really like Charlie Blackmon today. My favorite outfield plays on the slate. And I'm going to be locking him in at 5,200. Even when we plug in Blackmon at 5,200, that still leaves us over 4K, 4,200 remaining per player. So we can still pretty much jam in some really good bats. And that's what I'm going to be doing for my next outfield play. Another guy I want to pay up for is Mookie Betts at 4,700. Getting a matchup against Carlos Rodon. I absolutely love Mookie Betts today. His price tag seems a little bit too cheap given the matchup. He's going to be getting the lefty-righty split against Rodon. Mookie does hit lefties very well, and Rodon, he does struggle to right-handed hitters. So far this year to righties, he's given up a ton of home runs, a 1.88 home run per 9 to right-handed hitters. He hasn't really been giving up a lot of hard contact, mostly medium contact, 53.5% hard contact, or medium contact to right-handed hitters, only 29.3% hard contact. But this is still a great spot for Mookie Betts. I believe the Red Sox have a really high total. Right now, as I'm recording this video, their total is near 6 runs, 5.7 runs. So this is a great spot for the Red Sox bats, specifically their right-handed guys. I think Hanley Ramirez, Mookie Betts, Eduardo Nunez, those are the kind of guys you want to target if you're going to stack this team. Probably wouldn't take the lefties against Rodon. The righties are the ones you want. So I'm going to be looking to get some exposure to this Red Sox offense. Definitely think they're in a great spot here, so Love Mookie Betts today. If you're looking to pay up for outfield, you can definitely consider him at 4,700. And yeah, so these are my 5 plays for tonight. I went with Jake Faria, Eduardo Rodriguez, Franco, Charlie Blackmon, and Mookie Betts. When you plug these 5 guys in your lineup, that still leaves you nearly 4,200 remaining per player. So you have some really good salary to work with. You can still pay up for some good bats. Get you some more exposure to the Coors game. Maybe get some more Red Sox in there. Whatever you choose, you can use this 5 and build a lineup around this 5. Or if you want to get my full lineups, be sure to follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. My lineups are $5 a day, or you can get a week of lineups for $25. So message me on Twitter if you are interested in that. Or if you just have any questions about the slate, or you need to ask me something, you can contact me on Twitter as well at the DFS_GOAT. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I do upload these videos pretty much every day, so I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you never want to miss out on any videos, if you scroll down to where the subscribe button is, there is a bell icon. If you click that bell icon, that'll actually notify you every time I upload. So be sure to do that as well if you never want to miss out on any videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.